Well, here we are. It's Friday, February 3rd, 2023. One day before the Frozen 5K race. And to be honest, I'm dreading it. Let me explain why I have this dread. It's because, well, I haven't ran outside at all this winter yet. I'm going to be experiencing ice and hills for the first time in a while. And the thought of slipping on ice or running out of energy because of hills honestly scares me a little bit. So I'm nervous. But I'm also a little excited because I get to see how fast I can go in a 5K race with the little amount of running that I've done this winter so far in the first place. You can say that I have a mix of emotions, or a ball of emotions. Is that even healthy? I don't know. So you're probably thinking,
why are you doing this race, Connor? You're dreading it. Dreading it means you're not having fun. Isn't your channel all about having fun and being healthy?
you know what? I can have fun and scared at the same time. Let me feel how I want to feel, dang it. I want to play this little game with this race, and maybe other races in the future. It's a little game called Guess the Time. I know, very creative. Well, if you don't know already from the name, it's where I guess what time I'm going to get in the race, and then after the race, I'll kind of compare the two and see how I did. My guess of my 5K time, given my lack in confidence in my running fitness, the fact that the course is pretty hilly, and that the course is pretty icy, I'm predicting that I'm going to get a time of
Here we go, this is the start of the race. I am trying to run at a fairly slower pace, even though it looks like I'm running way faster than I think. I am in the top 4 or 5 right now, but right now I'm starting to pass those 2 people and getting into the top 3. My plan is to just kind of run easy and try to be in a good condition or feel good until the halfway point, and then try to kick after that. So I'm now starting to pass the guy that's in second place, leaving me in second, and I'm going to be sticking at this place throughout the rest of the race basically. Here's the first mile marker now from that sign. It looks like I got a time about like 6:29, 6:30 for that first mile. I'm still feeling good, still keeping a nice good cadence. My cadence is about 170 steps per minute. For some reason on this video it halves that, so you just gotta think times 2. But still feeling good. You can see on this downhill it gets up to a -6 grade. And because that this is an out and back course, I'm gonna have the glory of going back up it after I turn around. Which, well, you'll see how I feel. I'm starting to turn around right here. This truck kind of gets in my way, but I'm going to turn around, and it lets me see everyone behind me and how close they are. I saw that there's a runner right behind me, so I decided to, I think I try to pick up the pace a little bit, but I am starting to get a little tired, and I know there's a big hill in front of me coming up, so I gotta think about that, so I try to speed up while I try to conserve my energy. You might also see the camera shaking a little bit. That's just me nodding to the other runners passing me. After the turnaround, I couldn't see the leader that was ahead of me anymore, and after that first hill on the way back, he completely was out of my sights, so he finished well ahead of me. So here's the start of that big hill climb. Right now the grade is 3%, but it's gonna get to 5 or 6% here pretty soon. Yeah, there's 6% right now, 7%. I'm starting to wheeze when I breathe. Which usually isn't pretty good, but I just gotta make it to the top of this hill and it'll be a little easier. When I get to the top, I'm gonna scream that I hate this hill because it sucks. But after that, I'll be back to a nice, smooth and steady pace again. I'd also just like to say how encouraging it is to run faster when there's people cheering you on. On the way back, it was a lot more encouraging going up that hill because there's a bunch of runners giving me an encouragement and stuff to go back, which was really helpful. It helped to normalize the pain coming back. Otherwise, I would have gone a lot slower. So you probably know why I'm screaming again. That's because I'm going up the second hill on the way to the end, and so I'm even more tired than before, so I'm obviously yelling louder. So after that last hill, it's just one big steady downhill to the finish. You don't really notice that though. It feels just like a flat road all the way to the finish. But I really was just searching for the finish line, and it seemed like it was taking forever to get there. But eventually, it showed up around the corner and made it all the way to the end with an official time of 20 minutes and 20 seconds.
Welcome back. It is one day after the race, so I fully recovered. Before the race started, I felt pretty sick. And I think it was because all the runners were inside this small room because it was cold outside and no one wanted to be outside. And because there were so many runners in there, it was very loud and congested and noisy. That, on top of me being nervous, did not make a good combination for me. After we started going outside though for the start line, I started to feel a lot better. There was fresh air, there was less congestion, and there was fresh sunlight. I felt ready to run once I got outside, and for the first time that morning, I was excited to race. The ice wasn't that bad at all. All you had to do was run on the roads a little bit off the shoulder, and there was no way you would slip. The worst part of this race was going up the big hills on the way back. The hills were pretty big and steep and were a main factor for why I was losing energy near the end. And this was also a big reason why I couldn't really feel my legs in the last 0.4 miles of the race or so. But after the race, I, socialized with the other runners, dry heaved a little bit, ate some food, got some rewards, and then headed out. So basically, your typical race day experience. Oh yeah, wait. You're wondering what time I guessed before the race, aren't you? Here it is. I'm predicting that I'm going to get a time of 19 minutes and 59 seconds. I know, 1 second below 20 minutes, but that's what I'm striving for. I would say that's a good guess. Only 21 seconds off. Not bad, Connor. Yeah, Even though I guessed a low ball for my time, given my past statements, I still feel like I personally guessed a fast time for myself. And only being 21 seconds slower makes me very happy with that time. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the race. As always, have fun, stay healthy, and don't do this. And only being 21 seconds slower, I can't remember my line. I would say, oh, excuse me.